Nine people entered 11.
Hello.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Can you guys hear us? Let us know.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So if you guys have questions, just check out the chat room, post it in the chat on there. And then we'll take a look at that every so often. So today we're going to be covering a lot of darkroom stuff. So for those of you who got your booth or waiting on your booth, it's going to be really helpful for you. And then if you have questions in the meantime, go ahead and pop them in there, and then we'll get to them whenever we get to that section. So we'll just wait a couple more minutes now for people to join, and then we'll go live.
Yeah.
Recording this. All right, why can't I see a phone provider list when I'm prompted to type my phone number when I'm doing the photo to phone? Do you have to automatically set that up, or is it automatic?
So it's the way that they set it up. So
You wanna show that?
yeah, we'll do that. But so hello everybody. My name is Christian. We got Jaime here. We both know a lot about Darkroom, so we're just here to help you guys out. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
When they don't have to, you chose your list of the providers. When you do have Julio, it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Because,
And so
what else can you use except Julio? I thought you have to.
No, then
Oh, you can do the email.
yeah, the email. That's when the email pulls up. So if you're using, to answer your question, Golden Navarro, if you're using Twilio, then the provider list one.
Show share screen. Yeah, you have to, it's unnecessary. The screen isn't showing.
I know. All right, guys, let me know whenever you see my screen. Give me a
I
little
see it.
thumbs up. Perfect. You guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, everybody see my screen? Just one more time.
Yes.
Yes.
All righty. So for all those people who've already been playing with Darkroom, this is your output tab. How do I know this? Because it says right here, output. From my output tab, what I'm gonna be able to do, I'm gonna be able to do a lot of cool things with this, right? For example, how many photos per session? That means how many photos I'm gonna have here when it prints out or sends a text message. I'm always gonna have this section right here where how many photos per set, I'm always gonna have it on match output. So if you have like if you're a single pose or a triple pose or 4 photos, match output will always it'll always be to what you have it set as once you design this. Does that make sense? Okay. What to output for each photo booth session? So here on the left-hand side, you're gonna have a bunch of cool little things that you can do. I'll show you what each can do. Right here, print photo 2x6. You click on it, it'll be 2x6 or 4x6. And then if I were to switch it to 4x6, it would switch over here and then obviously it doesn't fit the screen because why? My overlay is not set to a 4x6. So that I would have to switch it 2x6. Let me add some people that are coming in. Now, for all my Chloe booth owners and all my people who don't want to, can you explain how to get to the screen if it doesn't pop up automatically? Let's say I'm in timing, right? All I click on here, on this top, I would click on this little word here and I would hit output and it would take me back to the screen. So let's say you guys want to do digital only and you don't want to text, all I gotta do is uncheck this box in the printing option, and the printing option will go away. Right? And so it won't even give you the option to print. Okay. Print alternate. If you guys are doing a wedding and a quinceañera at the same time, right? Print alternate is a cool feature where you can add a template. Let's say you want to add this second template, you hit OK. Prompt for user to choose a start a session, you would hit OK. When I start my booth, you're gonna see this. You see how you can choose one or the other? That's what print alternate does. So if let's say your customer wants to have 2 overlays or 2 different designs, this is when you would add that feature. Okay. Any questions so far? Perfect. Moving forward. Special winner. If you guys doing a raffle, if you're at an expo or you're doing something along the lines of giving something away, for the special winner, you would click special winner. I've only done this twice, and I use a special template. So I've created a special template. I say let's say 100 people. You can choose between max wins per hour, 1, 2, 3 per hour if you're giving something away. Now, if you're giving out a car, I would probably keep this at a 0. Just kidding, 1. But yes, so this is a cool little feature if you're doing an About Expo and things like that help you like kind of get your name out there and run little promotions. Any questions? On the preview on templates, how can you change the preview photo, the one with the red background? Oh, so whenever you're trying to send a sample? Yeah, so unfortunately, the red, are you talking about the two little, like the red sample, the red background in the sample, and then like the two people standing in front of them posing? Yeah, so unfortunately, you won't be able to take that off if you're designing through Darkroom. Because that's how the sample is. Because give me a little sample of that. Alrighty. Photo, email to, and photo to phone. So here, right here, I got another question. Why is there a long delay when starting the booth when I'm using print alternate? I start the booth and there's a black screen from 8 to 10 seconds before my print options pop up. So I would have this, that would have to be like a timing issue. I would have to see your timing settings and see what is going on. Because I've never had that issue. So that would be a timing issue, and the way you would fix that is real quick. Sorry guys, I'm trying to go in sequential order, but timing issue, it would, like if there's like between photos and you have this set up to 10 seconds, then that could be a reason why. But I have to see what event you're doing. Did you get a Golden? You got the Miami, right? Yeah. Are you using this sample mirror booth event? Okay, then the timing issue is incorrect there. So if you see how everything is 1 second versus over here, it's 8 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4. So you need to be using a sample mirror booth event. Yeah. All right, back to my output. Good question, by the way. All right, so photo to email to. For all my people who don't know what this can do, this is where you can send your photo through email. So Darkroom just came out with a little nice little feature. So what they added was if I go to my global settings, they added, if I go to email and on the line accounts. So I have an older version. But what they added was a Darkroom email that you'll see here. For anybody who doesn't want to use Twilio and would rather use email, you just add the email here and it'll literally say Darkroom email. You add that, and then now you can send your messages through that. And so to be able to get there and download the latest version, I go to global settings. For example, if there's any updates that you need to have within the year, you go to global settings, application updates, and then you would hit install update. I would hit install update. Any questions? I heard someone on mute. You must close this application in order to install the update. Do you wanna close the application now? I'll go ahead and do it so that y'all can see what it looks like. I hit yes. Oh, sharing screen has stopped. Yeah, because it closed. Yeah, so I'm installing.
So we can do phone to print to phone without using Twilio if we're using that dark booth email?
Yes. So that's a new update. So I'll show you.
I tried to use it yesterday, but it wasn't working for me.
Did you use the Darkroom email?
I tried, but it's still not, the provider list still doesn't pop up.
So the provider won't pop up with that because it's a direct email.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only time it uses correct me if I'm wrong, Jaime, but the only time it uses pop-ups in email or a provider is when you're using like Gmail or something along those lines. And then it pulls in on the left-hand side, you'll have the provider and then you'll put the email or the number, correct? Yeah.
Now that you do that, you'll update, you won't need to because they're using Darkroom using their own server.
Yeah, Darkroom is now using their own server, so now you don't have to do that.
You have to worry about it.
So let me share my screen. So that's a cool little new feature that is pretty cool. Can you guys see my screen? No? Okay.
No.
What about now?
Yes.
All right. So I should have the latest version. Oh, maybe not. I may have to do it a few more times, but let me see if it does. Oh yeah, I should have to download the latest version.
We're using the sound.
Yeah. Oh, so here it is. You see, Darkroom email. I would double click this. I would put sender name. Let's use Golden Navarro for example. She's one of my customers. Golden, shout out to Golden. So let's say Golden Navarro, right? Or your photo booth name, whatever your photo booth business is. You know, we'll just put GN photo booth, right, for now, and then reply address. You can use your whatever email you want, right? Whatever email. I use my legacy booth email. I do that, and I would put it in here, right? For quick, we'll do this. All right, hit OK, and it's all set up. That's all it would do, right? If I'm on the paid version, it would sit there, it would be perfect, and then I would come over here to photo email, and I would select, you know, since I'm not on the paid version, I'm on the Darkroom trial. It would say Darkroom email right here, like on this drop down, and you would hit OK, right? And then you would hit delivery prompt user for email address. Hit OK, and then you would select image size. You select medium size. And then if you want the border, when it says border, it's the output that you wanted to send a text. So let's say this, you said, hey, I want to send this one, or you know, you want to send this one the beach strip.
Already what you have on the screen.
No, that's true, right?
You see on that.
You don't have to do this. I do this just in case, just to make sure. But Jaime says that it will send what you already have on the screen. So in case it doesn't do that, I've never done it that way. I always select it here just in case, and boom. And that would be said. Now you don't even have to pay for Twilio to do this. So that's for all the people who rather just email it to them. You do need Wi-Fi though. You do need Wi-Fi to fix this. I mean, to make this work.
Christian, when you use Wi-Fi, do you have like a hotspot or what do you do?
I usually all the events that I've been at have Wi-Fi. I use their Wi-Fi. They have a vendor guest, you know, Wi-Fi and things like that. But if they don't do that, I do have a hotspot that I buy from Verizon. I pay $27 a month. So I do have that just in case. Good question.
And with that being said, do you ever run into like because to me I might have like a fair, like I'll get there, like I'm offering something and then I get there and it's either wonky or like signing in, or do you make sure that's all covered prior to going to the event?
What was the first part?
So I lost my train of thought. I guess I'm just wondering, like, do you ever like run into any major issues with that, or is it pretty much okay? Like they have Wi-Fi, you log in, it's not wonky.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
because I think I
mean,
would have a fair, I guess.
The
That's
thing-
something would be.
The thing with that is I don't know. I mean, we're dealing with Wi-Fi, right? And you have the DJ being connected, you have yourself being connected, you might have a bunch of people connected on the same Wi-Fi, right? So it could be a hit or miss. Yeah. Yeah, everybody on the same server will obviously slow it down. So it's always good to have backup plan if you like. I thank God I've never ran into an issue where my Wi-Fi was wonky or anything like that. But I always do carry backup. You know, I want to make sure my customer experience is like no other. So that's me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is DJ Soup. I just want to interject there. I've been a DJ for over 20 years, and as the advent of network connectivity, my day job, I work in IT, and I've learned that when I think I'm going to need to use a client's Wi-Fi, I typically go there. You know, that's kind of part of what I do when I'm doing an event. I always go there first, and I check everything out. You know, I might be doing a wedding ceremony, it might be outside, they might have stone on the inside. I always go there, bring my device, and I make sure, I download a video from YouTube, I kind of check the signal. I try to make sure everything is on the up and up. And then two, if you guys are using your one of your devices, like if you're using like a mobile device and it's got like a hotspot, check with your mobile provider to make sure you're maximized on your tethering. Because just because you have good Wi-Fi on your device, your tethering might be throttled somewhat. And I just literally learned this like not too long ago, and I actually did a post in the Facebook group that, check and make sure if you're going to do that, make sure your tethering is maxed out too. I did the same thing, and when I maxed it out, it really made a big difference, and it was almost as good as my home internet. So just a little tidbit of information there.
Where do you go for the tethering to find?
I actually use one of my iPad Pro.
How do you maximize it?
You just got to call them, and then they'll up it, and it's usually like $5 to $10, depending on what you may already have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See how much data you have access to.
Yeah, and then remember, sometimes certain parts of the day, depending on your tethering plan, certain parts of the day may get tethered during high traffic times, like, drive time, things like that. Or if they say that if you've got unlimited, that's a quote unquote. If you've got unlimited, there's also situations where if you reach your maximum amount, might be 25, 50 gigs or whatever, it'll throttle you again. The things just to be aware of, you just talk to your, whoever your mobile provider is and say, yo, give me everything. That's just the safest way, in my opinion. It's just something that, you just have to take into consideration when you're doing your pricing.
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks for that, DJ. You say Soupe?
You could say Supe if I'm doing a Latin event, but it's Soupe.
DJ Soupe, because I'm Hispanic, I'm Latino, so yeah. But anywho, thank you for that information. Just kind of, I've been lucky enough to have no issues with the vendors that I've gone in, the events that I've done. But you can always get tidbit information from local business owners, local, like the photo booth owners, what they've done, and ask those questions in the group as well. Moving forward, photo to phone. If you're using Twilio, everybody knows how to do that. Obviously, you go back to global settings, add account, and then Twilio, authorize it, and so on and so forth. Right? I'm sorry, Twilio. You would put in an account SID and authorization token, and then the number that you have bought $1 a month will pull up here, will show up here, and you just hit OK, and then you come back here, and then you hit photo to phone. And then if you want a nice little message, you want to say, hey, thank you for your photo booth purchase, enjoy your photos, so on and so forth, boom. Okay? And that is good to go.
If you're using the Darkroom email, do you have to enable your Twilio account?
No, so the darkroom email would be something different from Twilio. Right, so you can use either or. If you want to pay for Twilio, you could. If you don't want to pay and you want to use Darkroom, you can. So Darkroom just released that. So for everyone who hasn't updated that, I would do that. I would update your to the latest one.
So with the dark room, are you able to send those personal thank you messages?
Like whenever you with the email,
Like you did with Twilio, yeah.
Yeah, so right here you would click it, but it'll just be in an email format. So
Oh, okay.
hey, your photos, enjoy your photos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for using our booth. Right? So you'll be able to do that. And then you can actually put your subject. You can just say, I don't know, whatever your photo booth business, mine is legacy photo booth. And then I enjoy your photos. So hit OK, and then you can do that. Save output 1, save output 2. On save output 1, what I do is I like to create a folder. This is what I personally do. I like to create a folder that says Darkroom events. And I just have everything go into that Darkroom events. I also save output 2, and I have this to a USB drive that I give to my customers at the end of the event. Copy originals 1, this would also go to that drive, and then to that folder, and then copy originals 2 would go into the drive, the USB drive. Yes.
So, sorry, Christian. So when you do it that way, I like that. It actually saves me from like going all the way back and highlighting and downloading to a USB. I can actually do it prior, and then when I'm done, it'll automatically save from that event on a USB. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. So you're telling copy originals 1. You're telling it to go to that USB. Save output 2. So excuse me, let me fast track. Save output 1 would be to the folder that I've created on the computer. Save output 2 would be to that USB. Copy originals 1, each individual photos, each picture 1, 2, 3, and 4 would also be going to that folder. Copy originals 2 would also be going to the USB of your choice.
Does the USB have to be plugged into our booth for it to save automatically?
Yes. You have to.
Is there another output? Because I only see the printer one available.
No, there should be an output there and an output on the side on your booth.
I'm gonna have to look.
There should be one on the right hand side. If not, there's one in there as well. If not, you just save output 2 and then you can see it. You can choose it there. So I have to look at the Miami real quick.
So does the Chloe have a second output?
Yes.
USB output?
It should be inside the booth.
I only see the printer one.
Then it's inside the booth then when you open the door, but we'll go over that a little bit later. If that doesn't work, there's a cool feature that, let me see here. Perfect. So there's a cool feature. Let me make. So all this stuff, posted Dropbox, Facebook, posted Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't use this because I'm already emailing it to them, right? And you would have to have everybody put their Instagram and all that stuff. And You don't want that. You don't want a long line after long line after long line. Now, I did learn this a few weeks ago, and I post to event gallery. Now I'm going to start off post to event gallery. If you go to eventgallery.com and this is $30 a month though, right? It's $30 a month, but it saves everything to an event gallery, and you give them a QR code, and then they can go find their event and they can download their other pictures or whatever picture. I just recently started using this. I personally like it, but you don't have to, right? Because you can just email it to them or you can give them the USB, right? I like to, because then I don't have to worry about holding up the line, and they can just go on later and they can just find their photo and they can download it straight to their phone. I like it like that. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. But again, it is $30 a month. That's totally up to you. So all you would just do is post to event gallery, whatever one you want, you would get link. Obviously, I don't have it set up, but I set it up and boom, I'm good to go. And then I go to eventgallery.com, type in my credentials, I log in, and then all my stuff will be there. So it's pretty sweet. Any questions on that? Let me see. How long will event gallery save their photos? And can we edit their gallery before it publishes? So I just recently started doing this. So I don't know if we could edit their gallery before it publishes, but I know you can edit the photos in Darkroom. But if you don't, like, obviously there's some people who take, are you asking that because of the way people take photos, or why would you want to edit the gallery for inappropriate pictures, I'm guessing? Patricia. Oh, you like to delete my test photos. So what I would do is I would just check the post to event gallery when you're ready to start your event, to save that time. You know, I'd like to take test photos too. So I would just uncheck that. When you're ready to go, check it, boom, post to event gallery and everything. But I'm sure you could delete pictures in there as well. And I also usually use a photo as their cover. Oh, that's cool. Perfect. Any questions on the output tab? Going once. When you're at it, and whenever you're at your event and something goes wrong on the output tab, don't call me, okay? I'm just kidding.
We will.
So just a quick question about the output tab, because I do have it with my Darkroom, but like I've never used it and I kind of missed the real beginning. But the output tab just allows you to do special features in regards to email and, like you were just talking about, USB. Is that correct?
Yeah, so think about the output tab like anything that's gonna go to the customer.
Okay.
Think about output, you know, what's gonna be printed off, the print alternates. How are you gonna send it to them? Are you gonna print it? Are you gonna email it to them? You know, are you gonna want it to go to an event gallery? Are you gonna want it to go to a Dropbox? Are you gonna want it to a USB or to a specific folder? That's the output tab.
And just being honest, I guess it depends on the booth, like if it's a social booth or something, but for the most part, are you like, I just feel like that's a lot of extra outside of just like, here's the photo booth, do you want a USB? Is that something that people may know about? Like, oh, can you email my pictures? Are you like talking about that up front? But I also do know that it depends on the booth.
No, well, that all
Or is that
depends,
like,
that all depends to you and your packages, right? Because my package is $850, $900 for email and text for 3 hours. Right? That's what I charge. And so
Right.
is when I go there, that's what they get. And so my email, my text and my prints are all activated for the booth. Now, if they were to get my digital only, then I know obviously I don't have to take a printer, and then it's just my email or phone, whatever I want to use. So it just depends on the package that they get from you. Now, every customer that I talk to, I'm not going to say, hey, are you going to want email and text? I just say, hey, what package would you like? I have this package and I have this package. If you like this package with email and text, this is how much it costs. Right?
Okay, I agree. I agree on that, Christian, because my thought is like you can run into a lot, how you were saying, long lines, people touching. I mean, they would have to touch to enter there.
Yeah.
And so I've always steered away from that, but I am thinking that I could like add that on for like you said, the additional cost or something, depending on the event. So that makes
Exactly.
sense.
I'm sure DJ Supe has different packages. He just doesn't charge one flat fee for everything, right? Same thing with the photo booth.
Gotcha. That's how you can upcharge some of those costs. I gotcha.
Exactly. Any more questions? All right, so I know we have several different booths here. We have mirror booths and we have the portable photo booth and we have the Chloe booth. Now, Golden had asked, it waits 8 seconds and things like that. It shows a black screen and all that. So what I'm gonna show you guys is I'm gonna show you the different screens that you're gonna be using for the mirror and the portable photo booths and the Chloe's. So for the Chloe's, your screen would look something like this. For all my Chloe, it would look like this, right? So when I start booth, that's fine. When I start the booth, obviously I don't have a camera connected here, but actually maybe I can. I don't have one, but it would have a live view. Like you see the live view, it would have my photos on the photos that are taken and then my start button, right? So I would just hit start booth. I would click this start button here. I click that start button and it would start, right? 3, 2, 1, and it would have a live view. This would be like the screen. You can obviously customize this however you want. You just hit edit. I mean, you can add the picture, you can add text. I mean, you play around with it. This is how you want to do it. I gave this little circle a command. So every time when it shows always, because I want it to always show booth command, start session, right? I can give commands. I can choose graphic, next graphic, choose primary, I'll choose alternate, cancel session, take photo. I can do a bunch of cool little things with this. I can change it to gray, I can change it to retro. I can apply a filter. Let's say I want that Kim Kardashian finish, black and white beauty light, color beauty. I mean, you can go above and beyond as much as you want with everything with Darkroom. This is for my portable photo booth and my Chloe booth. My mirror booth people, my mirror booth people would be like this. Because you're gonna be running your booth looking like touch here to start, right? So that's how it's gonna be. And then obviously when it takes a picture, it gives here's your number, 817, whatever. And then it does all that. It does a little cool 3, 2, 1. It takes a picture, flashes, moves forward, and then so on and so forth, right? If you want to add previews, you would just add photo 1, photo 2, and photo 3. You would add the input tab, which is you just add input. So like, make sure that whenever you're inputting like your email or your text, you just add input, and then you would change the position to 0, 0, 0, 0, like that. So it could, like X position 0, Y position 0, so that you can have it on the top here. And you would add the photo composite, and you would just drag it off the screen. And then you would click each photo, and you would when shown, and you would show it after photo 3, and so on and so forth. So photo 1 would be after photo 1, photo 2 would be after photo 2, and photo 3 will be after photo 3. Any questions on that?
What if I don't want to use mirror that, 'cause I don't like the animations all the time. I like the live view sometimes.
It's that you can use it however you want to use it, right? You can use the mirror. You can use the settings of a portable photo booth on the mirror, but I mean, I use the mirror as my live view, right? Because it's a mirror, and so that's how I do mine. Again, you can play with it, and I've seen people run it with the live view, but again, that's personal preference. As I'm just showing and teaching the generic way of how people use the portable photo booth and the mirror booth. If you want to you can get as creative as you want. You can get as not creative as you want. That is up to you. I've seen people who do cool startup screens and all that. I've seen people who forget to do an event. You know what I mean? So it's again, it's totally up to you guys on how creative and how you want to do that.
Yeah, I didn't know I was supposed to be using the mirror booth. So when I created 8 events, and they're all in like the green screen and the other templates.
Oh, yeah. So I would be careful with that, because like the sample mirror booth event will be set to like you having like the right timing on everything before and everything, right? Because if my sample beach theme has a different timing than the sample mirror booth. Can you walk us through the live view option? Yes. So the live view option, like, are you for like a mirror booth? Okay, so first and foremost, it would have to be, I would create it like somewhere along the lines of this, right? And I would just hit edit, and I would change, if you have the mirror 3, right, Brittany? Yeah, and so another one of my customers, how you doing? Shout out to Christian's customer, what's up? No, anyways, edit screen, since yours is long, like vertical, I would hit vertical, right? And I would just hit okay. It's gonna switch everything like this, right? And then I would do right click on it and then fit entire page. And I would just, however you want to do it, I would probably just create like a live view here. Just kind of put this like this and have it like that. And then I would just change this, the rotation to 1 and 4. Oops. And then I'll just make this way bigger. I would put them right here. You can obviously rotate this. Let me see, let me make this smaller. And I'll just probably put them like right here. So when people see, they can see their countdown, they can see their live view here. And then they could see their pictures across here. And then that's the way you could do it. Just depending on how your screen is long, is it vertical or horizontal? And you would just run that, and then I would hit always save as, and I would change this to, let's say, mirror 3 screen. And so like that. And so if you, let's say you want to add like a button, right? When people walk up to here and you wanted to make it a touch screen. So I would hit edit, And I would probably have like, I would add a button, like a cool, let's say they're getting married, right? Hit shape. I would add a heart. And I would just go give it a booth command. And I would just say, start session. So then, and then there's gonna be a little heart here. Maybe you can have it, I don't know, you want it to be right in the middle. So every time you touch that heart, that specific heart, it will start the booth. So you can do a bunch of cool things. Any questions, Brittany? Got it? All right, perfect. All right. Last thing before we wrap up for today, live view. So for all my photo booth owners and things like that, the live view, make sure that, because I have a webcam and it's not a camera plugged in, but there's gonna be a little check mark here and it says external flash. You don't see it on here. When you hit on live view, you'll see external flash, live view or something like that. For other people who want to do live view, people will say, oh, why is it dark? Why is it dark? Then that you click that and it'll brighten it up. And so for all those people who want to use live view, I have a webcam plugged in right now, so it won't show that, but that will lighten up the live view so that you can see it, so it's not too dark. I can't hear you, Brittany.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the Mirror 3, whenever we have that ring light on, it's giving like a halo effect on our photos to where we can't have it on at all, even when it's like really low. I don't know if that's something that we could fix on our end or if we just need to stop using it.
No, is that only like in your house or was that at an event?
At the events.
Okay.
Was it high ceilings or low ceilings?
We've had one high and one low.
Okay, so the way I would fix that is make sure that the rubber that's around the camera is not too far from the glass.
Okay.
Then it's a reflection from the glass, like the camera. Like if you see this, it's a reflection of this and the glass. So if it's too far away, you're gonna get a reflection.
Okay, so just scoot it up closer to the glass.
Just scoot the camera up closer towards the glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
that's all from my mirrors, you know, because I used to have that, but yeah, I just scoot up a little bit, and it fixes that issue.
And then-
all that you have to play with it and kind of get it perfect.
Since we're talking about the camera itself, so the steps to, I know it's really not darkroom related, but the steps to turn your camera vertical so you can get those shots, the customer from their feet to their head, like vertical shots.
Who am I speaking to?
This is Mark with Brittany.
You're not in the-
Oh, Mark. Hey, I was trying to find the. Oh, I didn't see that. How you doing, Mark? So yes,
I'm good.
if you want to take vertical pictures, you're gonna have to tilt the camera vertically. Yeah.
But there's nothing else that besides, I believe there was one option on here just to change vertically, then everything else would be good. Like it automatically
Oh,
sets
yes.
it.
You remember how I talked to you guys when you come pick up in the showroom? You have to switch it over here. Let me show you. So in the output tab, good question. In the output tab, you see where it says, how is the camera turned? You would have to switch this to vertical. But whenever you switch to vertical, then you'd have to switch your photos vertically too. This is horizontal. You would switch everything vertical. Make sure, because even let's say you have it horizontal and you have it vertical, you're still not going to get the full body because it's not detailed, it's not designed correctly.
Okay.
So if you want a vertical, you just make it like, you put it like this. So if the camera's like this, you flip it over like this, and then that's how it would be. And then you would switch it up here where it says how's the camera turn, you would hit it vertical.
What's your best advice to like whenever you have a lot of kids at an event, how they're, you know, little, like we go
Yeah,
on
we
each-
literally like tilted the camera. Like Brittany was on one end of the mirror and I was on the other, and we actually tilted it just to get the
So
kids.
I was like, I don't even know, because we didn't have any kind of stool or anything for them, so I didn't know what the
So,
best route.
So yes, I always bring stools just in case, you know what I mean? Because, you know, your 3 or 4 year old kids are not gonna be able to be, you know, they're still small. But I would bring a stool and then I would try to tilt it vertically and I'll take pictures like that so you can get it long ways, you know? So that's what I would do. Patricia Lewis, does the Chloe have a flash? No, it does. It has the ring light. And the ring light is more than sufficient light to be able to take good quality photos. All right, guys, any questions before we wrap up? We got one thing.
How do we turn the camera vertically?
Yeah, golden. So, in your bag, you should have received an L mount as well. You just mount it. You mount it if it's not already vertically, then it's an L mount. You just switch the mounts and you put the L mount, and then you would just tighten it up, and then you would be able to have it vertically just like this. Perfect. Any more questions?
I have a quick question. I just got my Chloe in today
Okay,
and I am new to Darkroom. I've been using another software.
okay.
And I'm playing around with it just a little bit, but I'm on the template, the template that you're on.
Mhm.
Can I delete, if I don't need 4 pictures, can I delete that off of there? How do I do that?
So good question. I'll walk you through that. So when you go here, hit choose. We're gonna edit this one, right? We're gonna edit. And so here, I'm gonna double click this, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 3 rows. And that'll
And then you got to make the adjustments.
yeah, and you just make it the adjustments. However hot.
Got you.
Right. Let's say you want to do from scratch, right? I'll show you how to do it real quick. Right click, add photos, and you go here at 3, starting from 1, starting number 1. Hit OK. And then it'll be perfect. And I would just add, and I would just center this both horizontally, and then move it up if you want to wherever you want.
And one last question. I have some templates already.
Mhm.
Can I just upload them?
Yes. So are they saved as a PNG or how they saved?
They're saved as a PNG and JPEG, I think.
Okay, so a PNG, because a PNG, you have the little holes cut out, right?
Right.
Yeah, so all you would do is you would go here, you would get right click, and then you would add artwork. And wherever you have it saved as, let's say you have it on your desktop, like we'll just use this as an example, right? These flowers, right? And let's say that was your overlay, and this with the hole cut out, right? So you would position it. I'm sure you have the whole entire strip, because if you're designing the entire strip, just for, and then you just then add each individual photo. So you would add photo 1, hit OK. It's gonna come out like this, and you just position it to wherever you want. And then if you want the photo 1 right here, you just make it to the size that you want, and then Control C, Control V, right? You know how this is laying on top of it?
Yeah, I could put it in the background.
Yeah, so you just basically, all you would do is move this here behind it.
Gotcha.
And then, you could just Control C, Control V, and then you would obviously change these to say photo 2, hit OK, and then photo 3. And then I would
Yeah.
position this, you know, obviously you would have the stuff cut out, the holes cut out for the mirror 2. I mean, for the event in the overlay, and then you would just move it accordingly.
Gotcha.
Good question.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up for today. We'll go over some more cool fun tricks on Darkroom next week. But play with it. You guys, I mean, like I tell everybody, it's super easy. And once you get it, you'll be a master. You know, and so now you'd be on the other side, giving Darkroom lessons. But any questions, always either put them on the Facebook group. If you have any questions within the week, so that we can answer for next week when you're running into some issues and things like that, let me know, and we're definitely here to help you guys out. Okay. All righty, guys.
I turned off the screen, guys. Hold on.
Turn off the screen, so I'm looking at a black screen.
Turn back on.
Can you guys see me?
Wait, hold on. All right.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
I turned off the screen because I was trying to move the camera. Anyway, just want to say thank you for everybody who purchased their photo booth from us. We really appreciate you doing business with us, and you know, we're trying to learn about what you need help with, and that's why we put these trainings together. And you know, just let us know what you need help with and work with us, and we're going to get the right people to make sure that you get the training that you need. We've always been pretty heavy on the business stuff, and we've lacked on the darkroom stuff, so now we're focusing more on all the darkroom stuff. And so, you know, you have access to Christian and Jaime here, and just keep using the Facebook group. Does everybody have the app? Has everybody downloaded the app on there? Okay, cool. Yeah, so just keep updated with that. That's also another way for us to communicate with you guys and let you know about the trainings and stuff, because the emails don't always go through. You know, we actually send out 150 emails. No, we sent out 300 emails for the training, and only like 100 got read. So the app is a good way to kind of keep updated with everybody. And if there's any other things you want to learn about outside of Darkroom, let us know. But for right now, we'll keep it as Darkroom, and then we'll just keep going until everybody's a Darkroom expert, and then you guys can train each other. Be on the other side.
Be on the other side. It's fun when you've crossed the bridge and got into the promised land.
Grass is greener.
The grass is green on the other side, right? But thank you guys. Really, I love helping people out. I love seeing people grow, and I love hearing about when Mark and Brittany coming in all the way, driving from wherever they were at, doing events. I love hearing that. So fill me in, keep letting me know how it's going. Shout out to WT, Taylor Jenkins, and Wendy. Thank you guys. My customer, yeah, they're my customers. So, and Golden as well. And I think Brianna as well. If I'm missing anybody. Sylvia, shout out to Sylvia. All those people that I've had the privilege to talk to on the phone. I know you guys keep me updated with your journey, and I'm here to help. We're here to help. We got people ready. So
one more thing, guys, we made a new link for everyone. It's pbiforever.com. That link has the 3 links on there for the accounting. Yeah, that one. Accounting, for Honeybook, and for the banking.
Yeah.
So you guys can use those 3 apps. That will cover most of your
business related stuff. And if you haven't watched Photo Booth Boss already, start watching it, because that's a lot of cool things that tidbits and nuggets that you need to have a successful photo booth business. So by next year, you need to be hitting 100,000. And if you don't, I'm gonna ask you if you watch Photo Booth Boss. And if you say no, I'm gonna be like, that's why.
Watch every episode. Guys.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure. You guys have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christian.
Absolutely. Bye.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you. Guys. Thank you.